beware, beware. This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, insane broadcasting at its finest, radical radio also, very radical, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. Good Tuesday morning. I guess it's Tuesday. Yesterday was Monday. It must be Tuesday. Martin Luther King's Day celebrations all over yesterday. And I'm a proud white man. And I believe that we should celebrate Martin Luther King's Day because he was a man of nonviolence. He just wanted a fair shake for his people. I understand that because I want a fair shake for my people. We all want a fair shake for our people, our family, our friends. Hell, we can. Who can argue that? Who can ever argue? But I heard yesterday the speaker from St. Louis, a nice gentleman. We were down at a church, I won't mention the name, down in a church in East St. Louis celebrating and acknowledging Martin Luther King's birthday, rightfully so. And he said, all men are created equal. And yes, all men and women, he left women out, he had to be politically correct, and he wasn't. All men and women are created equal. We're all born. We're all babies. None of us have done anything to anybody, so none of us deserve to be screwed with. But that's the problem, people. We're born equal, but we don't remain equal. Everybody is born equal. You understand that premise. And everybody grows up. They get a personality. Some are good, some are bad, some work hard, some don't work at all. And I'm not talking about the black community. I'm talking about the American community. There's enough blame to go around, black, white, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, Asian. But when they say born equal with certain unalienable rights, life, everybody has the right to live. Liberty, everybody certainly has the right to be free. But get this, people, it's the pursuit of happiness. The pursuit of happiness. Everybody wants to be happy. Everybody wants to have a lot of money. Everybody wants to take care of their family. But it's the pursuit that separates the men from the boys, the men from the women from the young ladies. Kern, Sprague, Bear Civic, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. That's what separates all of us as individuals. It's a pursuit. Some of us pursue it the easy way. Some of us pursue it the hard way. Some of us the legal way. Some of us the illegal way. But with that pursuit of happiness, and understand me, people, I'm a complete idiot. I'm a dumbass bastard, but I know about life. I've lived it. You've lived it. We all know about it. It's that pursuit that gets people off on the wrong street, on the wrong alley, a lot of them. And the pursuit just takes on a life of its own. And I say always, everyone deserves to live free, to be free, and listen to me, have the opportunity to do something with their lives. Everybody, men, women, black, white, Hispanic, I don't give a damn. Everybody is what? Created equal. But we don't stay equal. And I'm tired of the rotten, no-count, good-for-nothing son of a bitches that want to cry because they don't have anything. I'm not pinpointing the black community, the white community. I'm talking about the American community. People want to sit on their ass all over the place. White areas, black areas, Hispanic areas, men, women. And want somebody to do something for them. Let me tell you, I've been around life a long time. I've been on both sides of the street, financially and otherwise. You wait for somebody to do something for you, you're in trouble, because while you're waiting for somebody, especially these rotten bastard political parasitical punks, to do something for you, they're going to do something to you, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. Hell, I'm starting to talk like the preacher from yesterday. Guy was really good. The guy got me motivated. He really did. But everybody, you have to understand. You have to understand in this great country of ours, either get on the train and make your own way, or you get left behind. And it's happening all over this country. Black, white, Hispanic, men, women. Poverty sees no color. Are you crazy? Poverty sees no color, no gender, no national origin. It doesn't care. Poverty is poverty. And once you start that vicious cycle of poverty, it seems like it remains from generation to generation. Just like once you start that cycle of prosperity, it goes and it's handed down from generation to generation. The guy was a doctor, his son's a doctor, his grandson's a doctor. Guy's a lawyer, son's a lawyer, his grandson's a lawyer, a businessman, and it goes on and on. But the poor people, and I was one of those poor people, and that motivated me more than anything. And it wasn't the motivation to get something in my hand that made me work 16, 18. You know what? I'm far from being a perfect guy. But I challenge any son of a bitch out there to say they worked harder than I did to try to make myself something. And yeah, there was a lot of bumps in the road. A lot of bumps. Especially when you start off on the losing end. Especially when you start off in a housing project. And I'm not crying in my beer and in my milk. I'm just being truthful. And how many people have followed me, not literally, but followed in the same steps that I've taken, that have been nothing, had nothing, but fought long and hard. And if you rich bastards out there think it's easy, it ain't easy. You get beat up, you get knocked down, you get spit on, not really spit on, but you know what I'm talking about. You get disrespected. But if you're a fighter, you'll say, to hell with this. Knock me down, you son of a bitches, but I'm getting up. Knock me down again, and I'm getting up. And that's what we have to do as Americans, people. It did inspire me somewhat yesterday on Martin Luther King's celebration for his birthday. But it also pissed me off, and we're going to talk about that momentarily. Pisses me off. Lillian Parks, I had a little respect for you. Until yesterday, you hear me? I had a little respect for you, not much for sugar britches. And now people are going to say, man, you're talking about that lady. In my mind, no longer is she a lady. She's a political, parasitical punk. When you get in that political arena, when you start playing politics, especially on a day like Martin Luther King's birthday, a day of celebration, and you make it a somewhat political rally for your people, are you crazy? And if you got a problem with that, sugar britches, you got a problem with me talking about your mother. But see, I'm not talking about your dear mother, your mother who I'm sure cradled you and nurtured you, breastfed you, probably up till yesterday. I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm not talking about your dear mother in the house, the Parks house. I'm talking about the politician that come out with those horns on her head yesterday. That's who the hell I'm talking about. And if it takes exception, Parks, sugar britches, give me a call. You should have kept your mother in the area, in the arena that she should have been in as an educator. But she's come out now as a politician, and a piss-poor politician. She disrespected the entire black community yesterday in East St. Louis and probably all around this country. What a debacle. I hear they had a great ceremony up in O'Fallon for Martin Luther King tribute. I hear Mayor Graham spoke very well. Mayor Graham, a nice guy, the mayor of O'Fallon, Illinois. And I hear he said in his speech, every cop's not bad. And he says not every white person hates a black person. And certainly not every black person hates a white person. And I salute you for that, Mayor Graham of O'Fallon. You were talking real on a real day of celebration. And, you know, Mayor Graham, he's a white guy, and I'm sure he's a proud white man. And he says, you're all here for a purpose this morning. You felt the need to come out and unite, to trust each other. Because Mayor Graham says, you know, we've lost trust in this great country of ours. I would have liked to have been there, because what Mayor Graham was talking about is what I wanted to hear, the inspiration I wanted to hear on Martin Luther King Day. You've heard me. I am a proud white man. And I hope every black person is proud of what they are and who they are, who work hard for them and their families to make themselves successful. I hope everybody care about what color you are. We're all red, white, and blue. And how one of us goes in this great country is how all of us go. But I do want to say, Mayor Graham, I wish I would have been at the Faith Lutheran Church and got the ceremony that I expected to get about the celebration of Martin Luther King Jr.'s life celebration. I would have loved to have been there. But no, I was at a political rally for Lillian and Sugar Britches Parks for the East St. Louis Democratic Club. I mean, it stunk down there. I could smell the political stink. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why in just a few minutes. We're going to take care of our community service. We're going to come back to East St. Louis. Lines are always open. This is America's Voice of Freedom. We are definitely the Patriot. Call toll free anytime. 1-888-394-1430. On the east side, 394-1190. Want to say hi to my good buddy out in Cahokia, Randy Fisher. Talked with him today. He was a little bit under the weather. He's feeling a lot better. So, Randy, you keep up the good work, buddy. Friend of ours and everybody in Cahokia. You guys got a fight on your hand with the McCall team. And it is the McCall team. I'd call it the McCall mob, but then I'd have to apologize to the mob, because even the corrupt mob isn't as politically corrupt as Curtis McCall Jr. and Sr. And I think you people out in Cahokia have found that out, haven't you? He's going to promise you everything. Now, he's give 5 or 10 of his friends big jobs that the city can't afford. What about the 500-600 people that he promised jobs to right before the election? You know who I'm talking about. Everyone was getting a job here, getting a job there. There's no more jobs, Curtis McCall Jr., Curtis McCall Sr. What are you idiots going to do? What are you idiots going to do out there to the good people of Cahokia? You can't screw them anymore. You can't screw them anymore. Also, I want to say hi to Larry Raymer from Caseyville. He sent me something about a gentleman named Larry Eckhart. Says a very, very nice man. He goes around and puts flags along the funerals for the military. And my friend is on Facebook. My number, I don't know whose number this is, 972-3818, but I want to salute, and I wish this Larry Eckhart would give me a call. I'd like to help him buy some flags, because I know they're not expensive, but they're smaller flags are not cheap. But here's a man, Larry Eckhart, who goes around, takes his own time to put flags out at the funeral routes for the military. Nobody recognizes him. Now, here's a true American. Other than being heard on the air here, nobody would know who Larry the Flagman Eckhart is. But now I know, and I want to salute you, Larry the Flagman Eckhart. This guy goes out in the cold, in the heat, puts flags along the funeral routes. Doesn't get any recognition. I don't think the guy wants any recognition. You know, it's a feeling. It's when you get the goosebumps when you go to the cemetery over Jefferson Barracks, or you see that proud flag flying. And I got to tell you, Got to tell you, I am a no good son of a bitch at times, just like all of us. And you can call me whatever you want, but don't ever disrespect this great flag, because I take offense to that. I don't take offense to me, because I'm far from being perfect. But I tell you, what that flag stands for is perfect. Not what our politicians have done under the guise of that great American flag. No, what they've done is not perfect. But that flag and what it stands for is the symbol of freedom. And nothing more perfect in this great, great world of ours than freedom. I'm sure you guys, a lot of you, don't appreciate that because you've never lost your freedom. But lose your freedom for a while. Go to prison. Get captured by a military enemy. Then you'll understand what freedom's all about. And there is nothing. There's a hot lady with a lot of money is not as good as your freedom. I'm telling you, we've got a caller. Let's go ahead. Let's go and take the caller. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
This is Mo Zerlini from Vietnam Veterans Chapter 269 right here in Clinton County.
Well, Mo, thank you very much for your service to our great country, sir. What can I do for you?
Well, the Chapter 269 coming this Saturday, January 23rd, at Breeze American Legion Home in Breeze, Illinois. We are sponsoring a Agent Orange town hall meeting, and we have 3 of the most educated individuals involved with Agent Orange coming to help promote this. As you know, a lot of Vietnam veterans were exposed to Agent Orange, the chemicals that made Agent Orange, and not only in Vietnam, but also on DMZ in Korea, in Thailand, and Japan, and it was used extensively in the Philippines. And beyond, without any other concern, even in the United States, it was used against federal troops and this and that. So there's a lot of complications that have come from Agent Orange, and we just want to get it out to everyone that there is help that they can get.
Okay. Where's that again, Mo? Give me a time and a date, buddy.
The time it starts at 1 o'clock Saturday, January 23rd, at the American Legion Home in Breeze, Illinois. And it's probably going to be about a 2.5-hour program.
Okay, well, Mo, listen, we'll talk about it tomorrow in a few more days. If you've got something, send it to us. But I want to tell you, Mo, you and every veteran from every war. There's no good wars, but I know the Vietnam War was one of the worst. I want to salute you. You hold your head up high, Mo, because you guys did what you had to do. You did what Uncle Sam told you to do, whether you liked it or not. So thank you, Mo, and every proud military hero, past, present, and future, who are going to die. And if they don't die, they're giving up a lot of their lives to make us United States citizens free. Mo, thank you very much, sir, for your service to this great country.
Oh, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to you. Okay,
Mo, you have a good one, buddy. Yeah, that Agent Orange, boy, that wasn't good back in the day. But see, we don't remember that. What the hell? That's too far gone. That's what's wrong with our society. It's, what have you done? It used to be, what have you done for me this year? Then it's, what have you done for me today? And now it's, what have you done for me in the last 10 minutes? We got to get past that, people. Granite City Masonic Lodge, their barbecue to be held on January the 29th, Friday. Starts at 11 a.m. and will be going until everything's sold out. The Granite City Masonic Lodge is located at 20th and Cleveland in Granite City, Illinois. If you have any questions or concerns, you can contact Matt at 381-4831 or Gary at 974-0698. The Millstadt Fireman's Dance, that's over, right? Saturday, December the 16th. Yeah, that's over. Yeah, we know, that's right. Yeah, we couldn't make it out there to you good people in Millstadt, but we brought a donation out, and I hope a lot of people did. I'm sure they had a great time in Millstadt. It says, keep up the good work. Summerfield's Lions Club. Don't forget their weekly fish fry starts at 5:30 and lasts till 8 p.m. Want to thank everybody in Summerfield, the Lebanon area, and especially the Richter family, a great, great group of people. The Millstadt Sportsman's Club, 22 caliber rifle indoor meat shoot. It says iron sights only. I got a little lesson in guns. The iron sight is just the little sight that's on the gun that's iron. I don't know why they don't say no scope, but hey, that's okay. The good people at the Millstadt Sportsman's Club. They'll have it on February the 14th and March the 13th, once a month. If you have any questions or concerns, you can contact the good people at the Millstadt Sportsman's Club, 476-1891. The Bowl-a-thon fundraiser, Saturday, January the 23rd, also for Friends of the Old Millstadt Water Tower. It'll be held at the Bel Air Bowl, 200 South Illinois, or South Belt West in Belleville, Illinois. Any questions or concerns, you can contact Betty at 476-7326. Saturday, February the 13th, Silver Creek Quail Forever Club. And I will get that right. At the Albers American Legion Hall, their chicken and beer dance. Music by Cactus Moon. Doors open at 6:30. Band starts at 7. Any questions or concerns, you can contact Dan at 618-920-0074. The Collinsville Shrine Club, their Crazy Bowl, Saturday, January the 15th. That's over. Don't forget, you can pick me up on iTunes. Type in Bob Romanik and/or the Grim Reaper Radio. You can go to our streaming site, insanebroadcasting.com. One word, common spelling. You can hear my rebroadcast every day, Monday through Friday at 4 o'clock p.m. and also now broadcasting from the graveyard to the graveyard shift every night at the stroke of midnight. On this date, January the 19th, 1825, Ezra Daggett patented food storage in tin cans, thus the tin can. On this date, January the 19th, 1840, Antarctica was discovered by Charles Wilkes expedition. On this date, January the 19th, 1903, a new bicycle race, Tour de France, was announced. On this date, January the 19th, 1922, a geological survey indicated that America's oil supply would be depleted in 20 years. That was back in 1922, so you know what the politicians know. Nothing. On this date, January the 19th, 1938, General Motors began mass production of the diesel engines. On this date, January the 19th, 1977, in one of his last acts in office, President Gerald R. Ford pardoned Tokyo Rose, who made wartime broadcasts for Japan. On this date, January the 19th, 1990, Washington, D.C. Mayor Marion S. Berry Jr. was arraigned on drug charges, possession of crack cocaine, and that's what these politicians are. A bunch of them are crackheads. That's what happened on this date, January the 19th, throughout all these years in our world's history. I'm going to have a special guest on maybe Thursday or Friday, Mitch Spicer. He's the son of the mayor of Freeburg, Illinois. Great people in Freeburg. Love you guys out there. But this gentleman was an athlete in Freeburg, young man, could have went off to college. He decided to join the military, and he's going to be home on leave. And it's going to be an honor and a privilege to talk to Mitch Spicer about what's been going on, what he's been doing. And, it's really heartwarming when you get a guy who could go to college, who could get an education, who could get a lot of ladies because he's a good-looking young man, but he decides to go in the military to help protect us. It's a great story, and it happens every day. So he'll be our special guest either Thursday or Friday. Mitch Spicer, the mayor, the son of Mayor Spicer, Seth Spicer from Freeburg, and it'll be an honor and a privilege to talk to that hero. Let's see here, music yesterday, and Anonymous, thank you very much. She says here, well, we won't get into that today, don't have time. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about the Martin Luther King Day. And if somebody's offended by it, please give me a call. We are America's voice of freedom. We are the Patriot. We'll take a call, good, bad, ugly, or not, because we're going to speak what we want, when we want. And if you don't like it, either argue with me or turn the damn radio off, you idiot. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio. And we are, as always, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio. And we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. We're going to talk about parks here momentarily. An article in the paper today. Bob Romanik adds $125,000. And now get this, people, of his own money into his campaign. I am a candidate, and I am self-funding. I will not take a penny. That's my money. I will not take, nor will I accept or solicit one penny from anyone. But I will donate to help destroy this evil political culture of corruption in St. Clair County. The article says I put $125,000, and I told him, said he plans to use at least $100,000 or $200,000 more. That's $325,000. I'll spend $500,000 of my own money, people, if I have to. The money that I've worked hard for over 35, 40 years. The money that I work 12, 15, 18 hours a day. So I make no excuse how I spend my money. I spend my money on poor people, just like I was. I'm donating to them, but it's me. It's me that's getting that donation because I sat there hungry, cold, many years as a lot of us have. So when anybody, I don't give a damn. You vote for me or not. I'm not making an excuse how I spend my money. I've earned my money. Newspaper can say what they want. My opposition can say what they want. Oh, he's going to spend all that money to buy some kind of power. I don't want power. I want disruption. We have to disrupt this cycle, this vicious cycle in Belleville, in Springfield, in Washington that's been going on for all these years. I don't give a damn about being a state representative. That's the only way I can get on the floor in Springfield, on the House floor, to cuss Madigan out. I'm not going to be a shill for the Republicans. I'm not going to be a shill for the Democrats. I'm going to represent the people that sent me to Springfield in the 114th Legislative District, East St. Louis, Washington Park, Allerton, Centerville, Cahokia, Millstadt, Mascoutah, Freeburg, all these towns, Smithton, Lebanon. Those are the people that I'm going to answer to. You get an article in the paper, and then people will put on the website, oh, he's this, he does. I'm going to spend that money to stop this culture of corruption. I'm not asking for a penny. Not only am I not asking for a penny, the guy had it wrong in the newspaper. I said, my ad's going to read 100% off. During election time, you know what you do with ads, with all those fancy cards? You throw them away. You get 10 or 12 a day. What you don't throw away is the sale ads. When you see 25% off, 50% off, well, I'm giving 100% off. I'm not taking a salary. I'm not taking any benefits. I'm not taking any pension. It'll be an honor and a privilege to go up there and fight these rotten bastards. Now, if you don't like me, that's fine. Don't vote for me. But if you want something done in Springfield, you're not going to get any better of a soldier, of a warrior than Bob Romanik in the 114th Legislative District. You got my word on that. Now, I guarantee you I'm far from being perfect, but I will give the perfect fight in Springfield. I'm tired of people saying, well, you got to say this, you got to do that. That's the problem. A friend of mine said this morning, these rotten bastard politicians will say anything to get anything. I'm not going to kiss anybody's ass because I don't want anybody kissing my ass. I want to represent my people in the 114th Legislative District. Now, you people out there listening to me, if you want to vote for me, I'll fight for you. But I'm not kissing nobody's ass. And how many times have you heard a politician say that? They kiss your ass until they get elected. Then they go up there and they kick you in the ass that they've been kissing on. And you know what I'm talking about. They'll shake your hand, they'll smile, they'll be politically correct, and then they'll go up to Springfield, they'll go to Washington, D.C., and they'll sell you people out. I swear to you, for everything dear to me, you will not get sold out. Now, the politicians will wish I hadn't been in Springfield. And I don't have to be called state representative to be somebody. I'm Bob Romanik. I am somebody. You people are somebody. Don't have to be St. Clair County Board Chairman Mark Sweetcakes Kern or Coroner Stone. Don't have to have a title in the front of your name to be somebody. We're all somebody. I'm just tired of this politically correct crap. They compare me to, and he's goofier than I am, to Trump. I've been being politically insane for 6-7 years. He's been doing it for 6-7 months. He's copying my shtick because I don't think he gives a damn either. He wants to go up there and he wants to expose. He wants to criticize these people. Don't give a damn about party lines. I say vote the person, not the party. There's good on both sides. And guess what? There's bad on both sides. But for somebody to say, oh, he's going to take that money to buy, I don't need to buy anything. I'm my own man, as all you people are your own men and women out there. We don't need these politicians to identify who we are, what we are. We don't need these politicians to tell us what we're worth. We know what we're worth. We're worth a lot more than this no good son of a bitch. So if you people expect a very, very soft, a very, very politically correct, normal campaign from Bob Romanik, you better tuck it in because it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty. Like my face and the show, it's going to be very, very scary and very, very ugly. When you get into a war, it's not pretty. And this politics is a war. And we have to expose these son of a bitch. I'm going to be the most controversial candidate you ever had on the ballot. I don't want to create controversy, but I'm going to. I want to be like everybody else. I want to be, well, no, I don't. I don't care about being liked. If you like me, you like me. Don't you hate it? Don't you hate it when people try to make you like him and you say, this no good son of a bitch, there's nothing he or she can do to me or for me to make me like him. I just don't like him. It's not a popularity contest. Well, I'd lose that. And it's definitely not a beauty contest. Hell, I wouldn't even get in the stadium for a beauty contest, and I understand that. But it's not. It's a contest to represent the good people of this great country. And we need to get public servants in, not politicians. We've got a caller. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Yes, I want to say that no one can tell you how to spend your money. You know what I'm saying? No one can tell you how to. And I disagree with a lot of things you say, but the bottom line is nobody can tell you how to spend. They didn't make it for you.
That's right.
They taxpayers' money. Come on, man. You know, but you're right about a lot of things. It's just the way you go about saying it that I disapprove of. But you're right about a lot of stuff.
Hey, Mike, I appreciate you being honest, Michael. But hypothetically, of course, I've got $1,000 for you, but it's in a bunch of dog crap. Do you still want it? Do you still want it, Michael?
You don't want it.
But wait a minute. Here, Michael. Hypothetically, I've got $1,000 to give to you, but it's in dog crap in a bag. Do you still want me to will you take it? Hell yeah, you'll take it because, Mike, I just proved the point. It's the message. It's not how the message gets out there. But, hey, Mike, thanks for where you live at, Michael?
East St. Louis, born and raised.
Hey, and I'm proud to be born and raised in East St. Louis, but I'm not proud of what's going on down there. Are you?
Oh, neither am I. It's been a deterioration for the last 50 years. And you know what? I'm not a house individual. I'm a field individual because I'm out there where the people at.
Hey, Michael, thank you very much. You're a proud black man. Thanks for the call, Mike. I hope everybody in East St. Louis understands what's going on. And again, I appreciate Michael's call, and he's right. And I'm glad he agrees with most of what I say. Not how I say it, and I understand that. But see, this is the way Bob Romanik presents to you. Somebody else will present it different. But who gives a damn about the presentation? You go into a restaurant, the guy gives you a steak and he's half drunk, the waiter, and he flops the steak down, but it's the best steak you ever had. Would you rather have bad presentation and a good steak, or have somebody in a suit and tie come up and kiss your ass and yes sir, yes ma'am, and put a steak down there and it's tougher than a shoe? Hell no, you wouldn't. It ain't how the message gets there, it's getting it there, and that's what I'm doing. And I appreciate calls like Michael and everybody. Hey, I got to say, talked about this article in the paper about me. This Novell Simmons puts on there that I'm a no-good son of a bitch, that blah, 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 and she's probably right most of the time. But they never have the backdrop for these ass wipes that get on the internet. I mean, she should have said, hey, I'm mad at Bob Romanik because he's always ragging my brother, Herbie the Hemorrhoid Simmons. Now, I don't know if it's her brother or if it's her boyfriend or it's both. I don't know. What is it? What Novell? What kind of name is Novell? And boy, I tell you what, I thought I was ugly. Woo! But Novell, you're worried about me? Why don't you be worried about your nephew, Herbie's son, Jeremy? You work at the Dupo School, and I don't know what the hell you do, but I know you got your job through your brother, Herbie the Hemorrhoid, who kisses everybody's ass. But you ought to be more worried about your nephew, Jeremy, maybe, I say just maybe, burning down the school in Dupo. I think it's been tried once before by him, hasn't it? Just look at the criminal records. So, Novell, you know what? You can walk the walk and you can talk the talk, but you ugly, well, I won't even go there. But Novell, tell your boyfriend / brother, whoever he is, I still think that he's less than a man for kissing Kern's ass. But I got to say, he's smart. He's a smart less than a man because he's got a $135,000 a year job that we're paying for, the taxpayers, that he knows nothing about. So, Novell, thank you very much, or not thank you. I went to the church yesterday in East St. Louis. Lillian Parks. What a disgrace to the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King. A day that should have been set aside to honor a great man who believed in nonviolence in our racially divided country. But no, not you, Lillian Parks, and her son, Alvin Sugar Britches Parks, and a few of her political cronies. They made that should have been great celebration. They made it more about a political rally than a celebration of Dr. Martin Luther King's birth. There was only one public elected official that it was acknowledged at the Martin Luther King Jr. celebration down in East St. Louis at a black church. And allegedly, did you hear me? Allegedly, the alleged celebration, it wasn't a celebration. The keynote speaker, a gentleman from St. Louis who knows nothing about Illinois politics, was instructed by Lillian Parks to acknowledge one person in the audience, one elected official. Mayor, did you hear me? He said, Mayor Mark Kern of Belleville. Mayor Mark Kern, you hear me? That was a Freudian slip. Because remember when Mark Kern was the mayor of Belleville? All the racially divided situations we had? Lillian Parks apparently got the title wrong, and so did Sweet Cakes Kern. But I guess the donation was right. I'll bet the Kerns threw a few bucks to Lillian Parks' Martin Luther King celebration. Why would Lillian Parks acknowledge a man who the political leaders in East St. Louis a few years back, and you remember it, on federal wiretaps, accused him of being an alleged racist. And they said, well, we believe him to be a racist. We need more money down here. I believe, again, was a Freudian slip because the blacks were treated so bad that the federal government was called in and Sweet Cakes was forced to obey the laws of the land. Why, Lillian Parks, would you disrespect the proud black community in East St. Louis? And I'm a white man, and I'm saying it. Maybe it's not politically correct, but it is correct, Lillian Parks. Mark Sweet Cakes Kern with his bride, I guess, bride of Frankenstein, I'll call her, sitting in the first row. He was the only one acknowledged, people. There was a proud black leader, his life being celebrated, Martin Luther King Jr. And who does she acknowledge? And who does she have acknowledged? Mark Sweetcakes Kern, the mayor of Belleville. They don't even know his title. He's down there smiling and profiling and clapping. Hell, the preacher coughed and Kern clapped. 3 times the preacher coughed and boy, Kern's clapping. You may have a good case of that clap if you know what I mean, Kern. Again, I ask, why? Why would the plantation owner, Mark Sweetcakes Kern, why would he be the only elected official recognized at the proud Martin Luther King Jr. celebration? You, ma'am, Lillian Parks, you should be embarrassed and ashamed by your action on such a solemn day for the proud black community. And maybe it's not politically correct for a white guy to say it, but I'm saying it. You ought to be totally embarrassed by the disrespectful showing for the late Dr. Martin Luther King, Lillian Parks, and also you, Sugar Britches, her son. And Sugar, you got a problem with that, give me a call. I'm not talking about Lillian Parks, a good mother, a nice lady. I'm talking about Lillian Parks, the politician, the sleazy, greasy politician. She put herself in that position. Sweetcake, he was in the first row. Like Lillian, and I guess her son Sugar Britches was honoring him for not only screwing everybody in East St. Louis, but everybody all throughout St. Clair County. One acknowledgement of a public official, and it was Mark Sweetcakes Kern. No, I forgot she did acknowledge LaToya Greenwood, who's running against me for state rep. She acknowledged her, not as a councilwoman, not as a proud leader of the black community, but for giving Lillian Parks money to help put on this, not Martin Luther King Jr. celebration day, but helping put on this political rally, this political event. I don't think they liked having me at the event at all. I got some scorns. But I had a lot of people shake my hand and tell me keep up the good work. So I want to thank all you people that talked to me yesterday, that had the guts to talk to me in public. You know, I met a lot of nice people who were disappointed. And they told me when they thought they were coming to an event to honor and recognize Dr. Martin Luther King, not a political rally. It's unbelievable how some people in East St. Louis, how they're going to treat the proud black community. I didn't see a lot of political people there because they wanted to celebrate in their own way. I told you about the mayor of O'Fallon. It appeared to be a great celebration for Martin Luther King's birthday, a great time in O'Fallon. I have to talk to Mayor Graham, the mayor of O'Fallon. I think that that's the way a celebration should have been for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Shouldn't have been about a white guy in Belleville who was screwed not only the proud black community in East St. Louis and all below the hill, but have screwed all of us. It's not right. It's not right, people. And I want to salute City Council member Robert Eastern and also East St. Louis Township Supervisor Oliver Hamilton. They have started a new political organization, the New Vision Democrats, and I believe their motto is a new vision for a better tomorrow. These guys have seen what's going on in Belleville. They have seen the way they're trying to keep the proud black community on the plantation. So Robert Eastern, Oliver Hamilton, and a bunch of the other political leaders down in East St. Louis have said, we've had enough. We've had enough of the culture of corruption in East St. Louis. We've had enough of the St. Clair County Democratic Club in East St. Louis. We want to get away. We want to start a new vision, and they have. They've started the New Vision Democrats, a new vision for a better tomorrow. So people, you need to get with the proud blacks down in East St. Louis. You need to unite with Oliver Hamilton. You need to unite with Robert Eastern. You need to unite with all the black leaders who are going to work with the people in Belleville, not for the people. There's a difference when you work with somebody or you work for somebody. The proud black community deserves what they've earned. They never get it. They get left out. And you've heard me in my run for state representative. I will fight day in and day out to develop the riverfront because I want to see the proud black community get off the plantation that Mark Sweetcakes Kern his built down there, the God Sprague, the John Red on the noodle like a pecker on a poodle bear Civic, that no good son of a bitch, and we'll talk about him tomorrow. The Alvin Parks, the Lonzo Greenwoods, all these rotten bastards, the Charlie Powells. You guys gotta break that plantation mentality. You got to get off the plantation. And as I always say, how East St. Louis goes is how St. Clair County goes. And I want St. Clair County to be successful. But to have us all living successfully in St. Clair County, we have to help the people of East St. Louis. Because, once again, how East St. Louis goes is how St. Clair County goes. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting at its finest, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, very, very proud to be the Patriot. We've only got a couple minutes left. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the ruling for the judges. These no-good son of a bitches, they want to circumvent the same Constitution they're sworn to uphold, and we're going to get into that. How egregious is it? But I hear they're going to fight it all the way to the Supreme Court. Then we'll find out what's going on. Had a few callers that want to salute. They wanted to salute Robert Eastern and Oliver Hamilton for taking on the big boys in Belleville, to fighting to get the proud black community off the plantation. I think you're going to see a movement down in East St. Louis like you have seen here in St. Clair County. I think the proud blacks, the proud whites, we're going to get together and get rid of this political culture of corruption all throughout St. Clair County. And it's not going to be easy. You know, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. We've taken that step up here in Belleville in St. Clair County. I believe Robert Eastern, Oliver Hamilton, and a bunch of the guys down in East St. Louis have taken their first step and continue their journey to make East St. Louis the proud town that it once was, that it can be. It's not a black thing or a white thing. It's a humanity thing. We have to worry about our brothers and sisters. Don't give a damn about what color. Don't give a damn about what nationality, what gender. They're our brothers and sisters. We're all together. Now, there's a lot of blacks that are ass wipes, but there's just as many, if not more, whites that are ass wipes. Let's eliminate them from the picture and get the decent blacks and whites living together. We can coexist because we're all Americans. We're all Americans when it's all said and done. We're not black, we're not white, we're not men, women, we're all Americans. Let's always use that distinction. And if we use that distinction throughout our lives, what a great country this would be, because we want to help our family. We want to help our brothers. We want to help our sisters. We know some of our brothers and sisters aren't the nicest guys, but guess what? They're our family. So let's take care of our family, and after we take care of our family, get everything back to normal, then let's go across the waters, the Atlantic, the Pacific, and take care of our foreign friends. But until we can take care of our friends, always remember, we have, and we must, to survive, take care of our family of the great United States of America. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM. Simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio. And we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place, unless someone happens to me. And odds in Vegas are about 10-1 they will. So maybe you better take some of that action. But we'll be back tomorrow and every day, people, on a serious note. We have to expose these no good son of a bitches, and we'll continue. We'll continue to expose them, drag them. I got to cut it short. We're running out of time. And when it's all said and done, you know what we got to do. We have to destroy these political parasitical punks, these parasitical punks that we call politicians, destroy them once and for all, and get back to the way of life our forefathers wanted. To be free, to live free, to act free, to do free, not to get free. We can't get free, we have to earn, but everything else we'll take free. And we will destroy these son of a bitches. Politically, of course. I get tired of saying that crap, but don't end up in jail. It's too cold and the food ain't worth a damn. Politically, of course. Right here on the dark side.
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha. To the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time. And I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats. And they're coming to take me away.